Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to work in Unit 2 in the SPSS data file. You're going to click SPSS right there. It's going to load up with your screen. And I don't need this screen, so I'm just going to, exit out of that. So this is what a blank untitled data spreadsheet looks like in SPSS. Sorry for the background noise. And then you're going to click Variable View in the left-hand side of your screen. It's going to come up with 11 different parameters. Each of these stands for a different thing that you can define your variable with. Of course, you define a variable with a name. With the name, you can define it with 8 characters, no spaces, all alphanumerical. The type is just like what type it is. So if you were to enter something in, all of these labels would be filled in. So for today, I'm going to use student ID, and then you click enter or tab, and as you see, the entire screen got filled up. The type is numeric, so it's going to be filled with numbers. If you were to click that, it would tell you the variable type, comma, dot, scientific notation, data, dollar, custom currency, and string. I believe in our class we've only used numeric and string. Don't quote me on that. The width, you don't change that. That's just about like how many characters can be used in the defining of the variable. And then the label and the decimal would be more so of something that would go right here. So if I was to enter that as the ID number, it would put it 2 places behind. And I personally don't like those, so I'm going to zero that out. Alright, in your label, this is just specifying what type of variable it is. So this is the student ID. I'm going to change that to ID of student. And the values, you would just click that tab right there, the little ellipsis box, and it would come up with your value labels, how you can, it's a text numerical explanation of the of whatever the variable is and what the number stands for. We won't need it for this one. And then missing, obviously you don't want any of your data to be missing, and it just specifies how to deal with missing data. So that's what that would do. And then your columns, your alignment. Everyone knows what alignment is if you used Word. And then your measure, you can use scale, ordinal, nominal, or input. For now, we'll leave it at scale. Usually, I believe we leave it at nominal. And then, so this is what our file looks like as of now. And by the end of it, this is what it should look like. Okay, so now that you know what all of these stand for, you're going to enter in the rest of the data that goes on your variable view, or your variables. Okay, cool beans. We have all that entered. We're going over to our data view. To get to your data view, you click in the left-hand side of your screen again, and you click data. Alright, so this is what your chart should look like towards the end, and we're going to go ahead and just use this chart since it's already filled out for us. This is also not plagiarized, Miss Moore. I'm just letting you know, just a little disclaimer, I did create this data, and I also used it for my pictorial in the Word and PDF. Period. Okay, alright, so now that you guys know what the parameters are, this is what your chart should look like. So all of these little nice words right here, get a little zoom so you can see it. This was all created in your variable view. Now this information in your columns and in your rows is created in your data view. Okay, I'm sorry, I need to get this a little focused. Alright, so for me personally, it makes it easier to have the data being read with no decimals, but I'll just go ahead and leave it half and half a little bit so you guys can see the differences. Alright, so Now that you know how to access variable types, the value labels, as well as get into the data view, I'm going to show you guys how to open, save, and edit your data, which is one of the most important things in using anything as far as like spreadsheets or Word documents. So you would go to File, this lovely tab right here in the left upper hand side of your screen, and for new data, if you're working with one and then you're like, hey, maybe I should go and change something up in another one to see, like, compare the two, you just click that and voila, another tab is open. Or if you're trying to open data, you would click open, hover over it, and you would click the data. It would take you to the open data drop label, and you would click this, whichever tab that you're looking for, or in every whatever parameter. We'll come back to that screen later. As well as to edit your data, you would click File, you would click Edit, and you would insert a case or insert a variable, depending on what you're wanting to do. If you're wanting to just like add another cell or whatever, you would click Edit, Insert Case, and it would open up another row for you. But as you see, since none of the data is there, it would insert a row full of dots, indicating that there is missing data. If you were wanting to delete that, you would go to Edit, you would cut it, you would go to Edit, or no, you would go to Edit and Undo. And undo it again. Okay. Now, to create a new variable column, you would go to Edit, you would go down to Insert Variable, and it would insert to the right. So now we have a lovely row of variables to insert. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to use that. We're going to change that one. We're going to go back to Variable View, and we're going to change the name of that variable to Housing. Okay. And we're going to label it the living arrangements of students. Bear with me, I'm typing with one hand. Okay, and we're going to go back to values, and we're going to click the ellipsis chart, and we're going to label it. For value 1, we'll say that is on campus. We're going to add it. For value 2, they'll say that that is off campus. I'm going to click OK. That data has been entered. You're going to go back to data view so you can add the data. So we're going to mix it up here. We got a lot of people on and off. And boom. Now that data has been entered. Now if you want to delete that, what you would do, you would click Housing, you go to Edit, and you would click Clear. Or if you are wanting to delete multiple, what you do is you click one, and you also click the Control key. And while you're doing that, you're going to click multiple. You're going to click multiple. You're going to click multiple variables. You're going to click multiple variables in the columns. And if you wanted to delete those, edit, and you click clear. But we don't want to do that because that would erase all of our data. So we're going to go back. And that is how you use the redo tool, or Control plus Z. Boom. We're learning, folks. All right. Now we're going to get on to cut, copy, and paste. So we're going to click this variable once again. We're going to go to Edit. We're going to go to Cut. Now we're going to go to Edit. No, we're not going to go to Edit. We're going to click GPA because we're going to move something around and change some things up. We're going to go paste it. So now we no longer have the GPA, but we moved places. They traded places with GPA and housing. And GPA went bye-bye as well in the process. But we don't want to do that, so we're gonna do that. And then now we're gonna move on to exporting the data. To export, of course, you should make sure your data is saved before anything. You're gonna click save, or you're gonna click save as. I personally click save as to make sure when I'm using my external hard drive or my flash drive that it saves properly to that specific domain. And we're gonna save it as an Excel data file. So you're gonna click the save as type Dropbox or the save type Dropbox, and it's going to have a bunch of nice little softwares that I personally don't know, but I know Excel, and that's where you're gonna go to. And then you're gonna title it. For now, we're gonna leave it as this, and then you're gonna click save. Boom, we've saved it. And now that it's saved, you're going to ensure that you did save it. You're going to go to the Excel software. You're gonna click that, double click that, because you know, you go to Clark and sometimes things don't work the first time. And so you're gonna open the data, and you're going to find your computer or wherever you go to open your data. You're gonna go to downloads. Boom, we have it. Unit 2 project SPSS, which is the one we're working on, and it's gonna load. And look at that, wonderful folks. Your data is all here, all here. I repeat, your data is all here if you went and followed those directions in that pictorial correctly. Now that you see that your data is there, you know how to export. Now, I'm going to show you how to import data from a different database. You're going to go back to your SPSS screen, as so. You're gonna click File. You're gonna go to Open. You're gonna go to Open Data. Now, I told you we would revisit this one later, and here we are again, revisiting it later. You're going to click that File of type Dropbox, and you're going to, you know, look for the software you're trying to open it from. We're trying to open it from our Excel. You're going to click Open. Of course, the name will be there as well, but you're going to click Open once you click the file. And boom, we have all of our data that's here, and that's also in our Excel back in our SPSS. Thank you for watching.